I had a lot of pretty big plans for January going into it. New Year's has always been one of my favorite holidays, and I knew that I wanted to get my studio reorganized and rearranged so that the energy felt right to start working on new projects and pursuing new things art-wise. So this all started with the whiteboard that sits on my desk in here, which at the beginning of every year I try to write out all of the different projects that I want to pursue, all of my goals for that year, and kind of the steps that I need to take to get to those goals. So I wiped everything off that was old and started thinking about where I want to see myself this year and who I want to be seen as an artist. The room had gotten to the point of honestly just being a wreck. It was super messy, there was art piled up everywhere, and I had a hard time finding anything that I actually needed, supplies-wise. So it felt like it was time to just clean everything out, get it to the most functional, productive state that it could be in, so that I have an easier time working in here. I am heavily affected by the energy of my surroundings, whether that's the people I'm with or just the energy of the space itself, how it's arranged, how it looks, how it feels. I try to keep my workspace as comfortable as possible because that makes it a whole lot easier for me to thrive and feel creative and get into those flow states. I've made some lofty goals for this year, but I think they're still obtainable. Since redoing the studio is honestly a big endeavor and seemed daunting in my brain, it felt right to start out with some much needed floor time and writing down all of my ideas and goals. I got this one organized enough to the point where I can find everything. I have some older, smaller art on the bottom that I can go back to for ideas. And then all of my more recent sketchbooks in the middle tier. And on top, I have my current sketchbooks and all of my comic writing supplies. So it's all in one place. Plus a bunch of handy sticky notes so that I can keep track of my life. I managed to get my traditional desk cleaned up. I have my supplies on either side. My colored pencils are over on that shelf, and my Copics are over here along with everything else. Have a bunch of memorabilia on top. It's looking a lot better, and it's looking like I can actually work in this space again. Not to mention, I still have these rather daunting piles of unfinished and finished artwork that are just kind of all over the place. And I think I'm gonna need to clean out the closet one more time so that I actually have somewhere to store them where they won't get kicked around or anything. Shedding a little bit around his eyes right now. I think it's time to give him a nice little change. So here's the situation. Basically we've been trying out this tank for a few months now. It's presented a few problems. The first being that when we ordered the tank, we were looking for a less expensive option. If you have ever had a reptile of any kind or needed a terrarium for something, I'm sure you know how pricey they can get. So we were looking for a better option online. We found this one, and we wanted something bigger for him since he's gotten so dang large. When we ordered this one, it had nothing, not one thing in the description about it being mesh. So when it arrived, that was a bit of a surprise, to say the least. He's going to be moved to my room where it's a little bit warmer and in a glass tank where it can be incubated better. Clearing up that much space in the studio will help quite a bit, so I can get another shelf there, get some more storage in. I'm gonna move some things around and hope that it helps productivity a little bit. I am going to be making an effort to get all of my music stuff back in here as well. So I brought my guitar in here, and I think I'm gonna put my keyboard over here because I did manage to clear out the clutter that was taking up all this space. And that way all of my art supplies of all mediums will be in the same room so that I can work on them all in the same spot. There's also a lot of decoration stuff that I want to switch around. I have my camp banner over here for our home base that we take to camp every year. And while it's not in use, I think I want to hang it up in this area where this tapestry is. I'm going to move that and probably just hang it over the curtain to give some extra blackout effect. I did find some old art. Here, let me bring it into the light so you can actually see it. So I found a few pieces that mean a lot to me that are just older. Like this one was from when I was still in art school. This thing took forever and it's not perfect, but I love it. I love the concept and I love thinking about the process of it. And then I honestly forgot that these even existed, but these were paintings from when I first discovered oil painting and my love for it. League of Legends fan art. I was just practicing and copying what I saw because I was trying out the medium. But these pieces mean so much to me, and they were hanging up in like 3 different bedrooms that I had across different houses and moving in between. They were always hanging up in my bedroom when I was still in school, and I'd like to put them up in here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. If I want to do like by the door beside the banner, or possibly over there in that big empty space, like stagger them or something. But yeah, I think it's time to put some more actual art on the walls. Okay, welcome to the fun game. that I play with my neurodivergent brain while I try to do something like this because I refuse to measure things out. I brought my keyboard in here, if you can't tell, and it's not gonna work where I originally planned because I have this table over here and you can probably see how narrow that walkway is, and I just know that's gonna make me angry later. So this is going to be a little more involved than I originally hoped, but that's okay. So we're gonna get through it and I will update you when I get there. Alright, next day. We're doing a bit better in here. I got some things figured out. I got the tank taken care of, but I got the shelf in here. I left the unfinished side out because I started doing this little pattern around the border and I think it accents all the rainbow theme that I have in here. Now all I gotta do is turn that bookshelf, figure that out, and then get my keyboard up. And from there it's just gonna be more minute decorating kind of things. I get to do the fun part of fixing the stuff on the walls, so I'm feeling a little better about it today. That was way more work than it should have been, but fits like an actual glove between those two shelves. I'll take it. Also completely forgot about this, but I did fix the closet, thankfully. I think I took a video of how much of a disaster it was beforehand. On the surface it doesn't look much better, but everything is so much more accessible. All the miscellaneous things that I need every once in a while. It's been a couple weeks, but here is the finished studio update, and it definitely looks a little bit lived in at this point, but that's because I have been working in here like crazy and I really like how everything turned out. I moved a bunch of stuff around on the walls and got everything back in its place. Realized that after I got through everything, I forgot to even take the finished version of what it looks like because I just immediately started working in it. I just lost the momentum that I had of filming everything because I got so excited about how it feels and how nice it is in here. Basically, I want to make a studio vlog every month, just kind of covering the things that I'm working on in here. Different projects. Now that I've finished it, it definitely is so much nicer to sit in here and work and not feel like there's a million other things I need to be doing just to make it a functional space again. So, fun little story time about this room. 2 bedrooms in the house. This was the bigger one. So it was like, yeah, the bigger room is going to be my studio because I need the space for all my shit. And I need the space to work and have my PC and have a whole setup. And about probably 1 to 2 months after moving in here and living here, I'm sitting in my bedroom one night, minding my own business, playing a game or like watching TV or something, and I hear the biggest crash in the house. Like, just sounds like a fucking car crash. So I get up and I'm like, what the hell was that? And I'm looking around and I come in here, I turn on the light. The entire ceiling had collapsed. There used to be a drop ceiling in this room. All of it was on the ground. Insulation everywhere, like loose insulation that was dark and gritty, and it had gotten into every little nook and cranny in this room. I have an organizer behind me that's like plastic bin drawers, and if you cannot tell, they are open on the top. Like, that ceiling collapse, each and every one of these drawers was just full of tiny insulation fibers. It was a disaster. This room has everything that mattered the most to me in it. All of my art, all of my supplies, my PC, my keyboard, everything that I like really care about was in this room. And I was devastated and just shocked. But it ended up being actually kind of a good thing. Thankfully, most of my finished art was in the closet and protected from the blast zone. Managed to return everything back to working order, and then after that, this became the first room to be redone in the house. First thing to be done was my studio, and now it's beautiful. Also, please excuse the lighting, the harsh in my face lighting. Pretty much everything I have that's going to light me well is going to light me harshly, and I need to get something softer. The recess and the overhead weren't enough. You couldn't see my face, so I'm still working out the technical behind the scenes parts of this channel, and I hope that you stick with me through this more difficult part of it. Not much artwork in this video itself. I promise I'll have some towards the end. I thought it would be appropriate to just show the process of getting my space ready and making the room to bring in all these new projects and all these new pursuits. There was something else I was gonna talk about. What was it? So I've been feeling really inspired and really good about it since I was able to get that project done. There it goes. I've been working on 2 different sticker and print sets. One is based around elemental characters. I'm currently finished with fire and water. Both made them into like fantasy creatures that embody that element. And then I still have air, earth, and ether to do. And I want to do like some girls, some guys, and then I think I want the ether character to be androgynous. And then the second series that I'm working on is a dragon character series. I created these characters when I was in elementary school, and then they have evolved and kind of grown with me as I've aged over the years and continued my journey in art. Those are almost finished. There's 5 of them as well. and I am on the 5th design. Hopefully can get that done today or tomorrow and record some of the process. And then I remembered that I can work traditionally sometimes, so I've been working on this, which is a redraw of something that I did when I was still in school that I found when I was cleaning. I don't really know where I'm going with it or what I'm going to change. I'm keeping the ballpoint pen shading and then undecided on what to do in the background, but that's been a fun little relaxing side project that I've been working on. So lots of fun stuff in the works and I'm excited to share. I should probably film like a outro thing. Nah, I'll just do like a voiceover or something over me drawing. That'll be fun. Alright. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. And if you liked the video, consider liking it and subscribing to my channel for more of these monthly studio vlogs and other artsy content. All of the links as far as purchasing artwork or commissioning and all of my social media is below. I have some fun new prints and stickers and sets that are available on my website. Some of the projects that I mentioned earlier in this video, the alchemy set and the dragon set. So if you like my artwork, feel free to check those out, and I also have all of those designs available on RedBubble as well, as far as t-shirts, hats, cups, all kinds of fun stuff on there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.